Okay, guys, the AVP schedule has been released.
Woo! Kind of leaked and then released.
Yeah.
Officially, it's now up on their website.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it here today, and we're going to go through it with you.
Okay, so first up on the AVP Tour is the Heritage Series.
Yep. So that used to be the Gold Series. So a lot of nomenclature changed. So Heritage to Gold, Tour Series to Contender Series. So Heritage Series starts with Huntington Beach Open May 17th and 19th. This is posted on avp.com if you want to have a look at the pathway, which has a very interesting shape.
Big personality.
Anyways, to note, Huntington Beach has an on-site qualifier. It will be a 16-team double elimination main draw, taking 4 teams out of the on-site qualifier. You got to mark your date and calendar for Huntington. That's the first of 3 Heritage Series, 6 preseason events in front of the league. That's our first Heritage ones. Moving on to the next one.
Denver Open, always a fan favorite. We love Denver. It's just always a good time there in the Mile High City.
Yep, 4 spots from Denver Open go into the 32-team main draw in Manhattan Beach for the granddaddy of them all. Moving on, that's July 6th and 7th. So a bit of a gap. We have May 17th and 19th. A little bit of a training gap to get your story straight with your partnership. Onto July 6th and 7th in Denver. Our next event, you love it. It's Wapaka.
We love Wapaka. So much fun. The beach aspect, the grass aspect. I know some people aren't into grass volleyball, but it's so much fun. I really do enjoy it. But it's the top 4 from Wapaka also qualify for MB Open. So top 4 in Denver, top 4 at Wapaka will qualify for main draw at MB Open.
Yep. So 8 teams coming out of those 2 Contender Series events. That's 4 from Denver, 4 from Wapaka, go into the NBO, which is granddaddy of them all. That's July 11th and 12th. Heading over to our final Contender event, August 3rd and 4th in Virginia Beach.
In Virginia Beach, some East Coast volleyball. I like it. I like Virginia Beach. It's always a grand old time. I mean, I did split open my foot there one time on the boardwalk, but it's fine. No, that was Atlantic City. Different. No, okay. That was Atlantic City. Yeah.
Lots of stops.
But Virginia Beach also played there. So much fun. Meg, can you talk us through what the Contender, what does it mean? What does that mean?
So again, if you're winning in Virginia Beach, you're going on to Chicago. And that is the final big event in the season. And that's an important qualifier because the other 2, Denver and Wapaka, go to NBO. So there's 8 teams right there out of those 2 events. But you've got to go to Virginia Beach if you want to make it into Chicago. And Chicago, again, is going to be a tight, smaller field. So it's going to be really meaningful. Then it's on to August 16th and 18th. Same dates as it always is, our classic Manhattan Beach Open, in addition to the 8 qualifying spots that are for Denver and Wapaka, there is an on-site qualifier as well. And they're going to pull 8 teams. So that's going to be a big event. I mean, it's our classic. Everybody loves it. Everybody signs up for it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So if you don't get the job done in Denver and you don't get the job done in Wapaka, we'll see it on site in NBO territory.
And you feel like making another donation to the AVP Tour for your entry fee, go ahead and sign up for a 3rd time at the MB Open. Why not? Play in the deep sand. It might go your way.
Exactly. And that caps us off with Chicago in the Heritage Series, August 30th and September 1st in the Windy City. It's a great time of the year. It's usually around Labor Day weekend. So it's a special treat. Weather's always great. Sand is an issue with the waves coming in or not, but it's a really special event. Again, a tiny field there in Chicago. So you want to make sure that you secure those bids. The Heritage Series pathway with the Contenders events, those 6 events, 3 of them lead into the Heritage Series events. It's all a bit of a jumble even for me trying to figure out. But in order to move on to this amazing new league on this half of the calendar, so all in the yellow, there's 3 pathways. One, you got to win one of the Heritage Series events. So there's only 3 teams coming out of that for an 8-team league. So 3 of those are coming out of the winners from the Huntington, Manhattan Open, and Chicago. Then the best results, 2 out of 3 with the same team, are also awarded entry into the league. And finally, there's 2 wild cards, 2 for the men, 2 for the women's side. Those are awarded by the AVP. So that makes up our 8 pairs that will go into our AVP league. Do you remember the cities, Vic?
The cities.
They're paired up.
They're paired up. Wait, let me do it. I can do it. Okay. It's Miami.
Yep.
Fort Lauderdale.
Nope, but close.
Miami.
That's okay. Move on. We're in Florida. We got 2 in Florida.
Okay, and then Austin and Houston.
Nope, but close.
Wait, that's the indoor. That's League One volleyball coming at you next calendar year. That's the indoor pro league. I have 3 schedules in my head with the 2 pro indoor leagues.
It's okay. How about up in the Upper East side?
Well, there's New York and Brooklyn.
Got it. Ding, ding, ding. She got that one. Okay, West Coast.
San Diego.
Yeah.
LA.
Yes. You're not good at that one. Anyways, Vic missed 2 of them. So let us know who those 2 cities are if you've been tuning in.
Don't hate me. I also am a part of the indoor volleyball scene. So, wah, wah. I know, so lame.
Anyway, so our league season, 8 dates. So basically a team's going to play every other event or weekend. So on one weekend, off one weekend. They play a Saturday, they play a Sunday. And at the end, 4 teams, top finishing 4 teams per gender. We haven't actually identified if it's both teams, the men and women, per city qualifying, or is it independent teams? So are the men and women together or are they separate? There's been discussions about both of those happening. So top 4, not sure which way it's going to go. Head to the championships. And again, that league goes September to November. Championships, it says Los Angeles. I'm thinking it might be confirmed as LA, November 9th and 10th. Mark your calendar. It's going to be a special event. Some things we don't know are, international athletes competing. I think one thing that's really cool in the first half of this season is that there's no overlap with the Olympic qualification. So in terms of those athletes competing on the World Tour on the Elite 16, they're not really mismatched in scheduling. So we're going to see the best of the best at those heritage events worldwide.
I think it would be pretty neat to see international teams if there's 2 wild cards, as we said. If one of those wild cards is designated for an international team, I think that could be really cool to see and kind of mix up the pot. Just because other pro tours around the world, you're allowed to compete in, or they're allowed to have X number of foreigners play. So I think if they wanted to elevate the game of the league and the play, why not?
Also the teasers, that's going to be post-Olympics. So one, is anyone going to retire out?
Right.
Is anyone going to be burnt out?
Yeah.
And are people looking to kind of slide into some other type of thing? I mean, this is a new style of event with the league. So it'll be interesting. We're not really sure. We've kind of heard that the teams don't have to live in their city to represent their city, which is cool. I'm sure they'll spend some time there. We don't know anything about the coaches that have been selected or will be selected yet. So looking like the draft isn't really a draft or a combine. It's looking like you have to perform to be awarded those seats. Looking like it's going to be a good idea if you're an athlete out there to have the same partner, at least through the Heritage Series. It looks like that's how you have an opportunity to get in. So if you're looking ahead and you're planning your training log, start looking at those partnerships and see if you can really lock somebody in. I think this year being new, that might be a big advantage for you.
Big time. Cool. That's it. That's the breakdown.
That's it.
Let us know what you guys think.
And the 2 cities that Vic missed.
In the 2 cities that I miss, it's fine. It's late. I came from coaching my boys at SCBC. It's fine. We're going to be just fine.
I think you did great.
I think you did great too. Cool. See you guys.